Okay, so I'm recording this just to show you what it's like starting from zero. 5 kilometers, that's what, 3.5 miles? And I'm dying. Marathon is 42, so 8 times this. I'm just trying to push every day a little bit further and keep my eyes on 365. Not what it's like right now, but where am I gonna be in 1 year? That's the key.
Right, so now to the productivity stuff that I wanted to talk about real quick. I get a lot of questions from people asking, hey, how do you stay productive? And it's ironic that I do this video right now before I go to sleep, literally at 5 a.m. And now I get a message too, probably, okay, so that's a sale. So anyways, I got a lot of questions like, how do you stay productive? I mean, you have kids, you have a wife, you have a business, and you have all these things, and now you're training for Ironman. How do you stay productive? And it's easy to assume that if you don't have kids, that everything is as normal, you just have a little bit of kids and just continue on as usual. But when you have kids, when you have one, everything changes. When you have two, everything changes again for the better. And obviously everything good also have negatives, and everything that is negative or feels negative also have positives. So what I do to stay productive is, and honestly, it's not like super strict. For me, it's just knowing the end outcome, what I want, what kind of business I'm trying to build, and then I reverse engineer that and eliminate everything else. So productivity, this is the number one thing that I always say. Productivity is not always how can you get more stuff done, is how can you do less things better. So for an example, when everybody else would say you gotta have a podcast, you gotta do interviews with other people, you gotta do this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing, I'm like, I'm not gonna do anything else than what I call the daily 1000. The daily 1000 is me trying to reach 1,000 people. So I have an email list of a couple of thousand people, but not everybody's gonna open that email list. I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I have a Facebook group, I have a YouTube channel. So if I can reach 1,000 people, like actually I know I do that just from like Instagram, and I do 1,000 on Facebook as well, but I'm saying what I'm trying to do is reach 1,000 dream target customers, so prospects and people who are actually interested. Because obviously with social media, multiple channels, some people are just following me for the fun of it, and that's totally fine. Some people are already in my inner circle, they're paying me for coaching, or some people are paying me for services, funnel design, and all of that is awesome. What I'm trying to do is do that one thing really well. So for example, what I do is I try to write one email every single day. Now, there's been times where I don't do this for a couple of weeks, then I get, snap back into it and I focus again, and I tell a quick story with a quick lesson, and boom, I know that one is gonna get anything between 500 to 1,000 people to read that email. And then I, upload to Instagram daily and to Facebook and YouTube once a week. So that's it. That's what I do that moves the needle forward for the business.
Che tejka?
So me staying productive is more about eliminating things than doing more things. But here's the nitty-gritty of how I actually stay productive with the things that I do. So most people, you hear them talk about, waking up at 5, waking up at 4, crushing the morning. And while that works for some people, so far it hasn't worked for me. I've tried it so many different times. What I'm doing right now is the time that I'm actually working, I sometimes delete Instagram, Facebook, and Messenger and just focus on working for at least 4 hours. Give it 4 hours of focused work, and your brain is going to be as fried as it is right now, 5 a.m. on a Friday morning. So anyways, that's the first thing that I do. Then when I know it's Friday, I gotta think, how do I plan my week? So now we go from a daily schedule to a weekly schedule. So I map out what I need to do on a weekly basis and say, this day I have a theme. This theme is coaching. So for example, let's say it's Wednesdays, I have a coaching call with the group, okay? And then if I wanna have additional coaching calls, whether that's me getting coaching from someone else or me having a kickoff call with a new inner circle member, I try to schedule that on the same day because I know if I have a meeting, I'm gonna be fried. I'm an introvert and I know that I'm gonna be fried if I'm spending a lot of time with people. So I can't do deep creative work after I had a meeting. Also, if I do too much creative work, when I have that meeting, I'm not gonna be fully there. So knowing yourself, planning your week, then divide that into days, that's how you stay productive. Now here's the thing that most people don't talk about. I didn't do this for a very long time, but I just finished my, actually just did a light dinner at 3 a.m. If you follow me on Instagram, maybe you saw it. If you're not following me on Instagram, go to @Gusten, this is my first name, @Gusten, follow me there. You see all of my behind the scenes with my stories. But what I did was a chicken broccoli with a lot of cream. So I get that fat and that lean chicken and broccoli, and that's an awesome meal to eat because you don't feel full and you don't feel tired from it. So it just fuels you, and that's what I do when it comes to nutrition. Now I try to eat a lot of chicken and greens. So I don't do salad, but I do broccoli. Sometimes I do spinach. Is that what you say? So anyways, I do a lot of meat and greens there, and then a lot of smoothie and protein, you know, potting. I don't do a lot of like protein bars because usually they're not that healthy. Sleep is something else. Like I said, I'm going to sleep right now at 5 a.m., waking up at 12. So that's 7 hours. I'm trying to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And I try to wake up without stress. So I already know what I'm doing tomorrow. So that means that when I go to sleep, I don't have to think about, oh, am I missing something? Am I behind on something? I know what I'm gonna do. So I wake up and I first do that. Then I look at emails. Then I look at other things. Then I look at Instagram. And am I perfect? Of course not. Do I sometimes wake up and I lay for an hour in bed and just check Instagram? Yes, it happens. It happens to everybody. All right. And maybe that's why I'm not yet at 7 figures, but that's totally fine. We're coming for that.
Today is gonna be my first 40K bike ride. I can feel the burn, but it's a good burn. It's a positive burn. Let's get it. Now it's starting to get excited. So I am about to finish my first ever 40K bike ride. 20K something so far, and then I gotta go home. So 40 something. And that might not seem like a lot, but to me that's a lot because I just started like a couple of weeks ago from zero, new bike, haven't trained for a year. And I've done a couple of like 10K, 15, 20K bike rides, almost 30, but now we're already at 40K, and I feel the burn, but I still feel good. So I'm excited to keep training a lot. I'm starting to fall in love with biking because you get to see so much. Like when you're running, it's just like I'm still so slow, but once I get that up, I guess that's also gonna be a lot of fun. And then what I'm planning to do is, when snow comes and ice and it gets super cold here in Finland, then I'm gonna start swimming more because we still got, 11 months something for before the Ironman. So that means that I gotta plan accordingly, not just weekly or monthly, but like seasonally as well. So now we're heading back. So wish me luck. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and see you in the next video. I'm out of here.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection. I summon it.